Hi, it's Megan. I'm going to do a review, hopefully my last review of the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blushes. I've got another color and this will be my last of these particular blushes and hopefully my last blush review for a while. I'm not normally a blush person, but I feel like beginning of 2014 all these great blushes came out and it's hard to say no, and I particularly like the Hourglass formula. I like Hourglass to begin with. It's kind of a more natural looking makeup line with a focus on highlighting and primers, kind of all the stuff that I'm a sucker for. So when these blushes came out, I was really excited, and I guess they've been on the site, Sephora's site and Hourglass's site for VIBs on Sephora, generally for Hourglass, but they've mostly sold out. So I was lucky, I got a bunch of them. The one I'm going to do right now is Ethereal Glow. I have to clean off so this is the packaging. It comes like this. Cute little shiny, and to compare it to the palette from the Christmas time, this right here, it's that size, and it does have this shiny finish which I mess up super fast and get like fingerprints all over it, but it's a pretty gold color, goldish platinum, kind of reflective. So Ethereal Glow is the one that they say is a cool pink, and this is what it looks like. I have a swatch outside, and I'm going to show you a swatch on my arm, but you'll see I actually have some lipstick I took off with a makeup remover on my arm too, and that's way darker than this blush. So you'll see the lipstick after a makeup remover. So you can't see it. It's so light, it's not going to show up in swatches. And it barely shows up on my face. I'm light. I'm not super light, and I also have kind of a yellow undertone to my skin. This shows up. It's on my cheeks and on my eyes. It shows up darker on my eyes, I think, than on my cheeks. It shows up as a very, very faint light blush, and it works great as a highlighter. It does not show up as, in my opinion, a full, strong blush, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, and I'll explain to you why. First of all, the formula I love. I've done a couple other reviews on this blush. It's kind of it's like these right here, the highlighters, in that it's a very soft, not creamy exact, it's like powdery, but it's like a smooth, creamy, powdery kind of thing. So I have dry skin. Something that's too powdery doesn't really work on my face. It just won't hold. It won't take root and show the color. It'll just kind of glop on and not work. These don't do that. These are a very soft powder that like lightly dusts my skin, and so it looks and blends beautifully, kind of natural looking on me personally. And so I love the formula, and then I like how soft the highlighting is. I do highlighters a lot. I do them from like the super highlighter end of the spectrum to the super light spectrum, and these are just very delicate. They're luminous, they're ethereal, flattering on me, very natural. And I feel the same way about the blushes, and I do feel that way about this one. So again, you can see I barely, and I didn't put bronzer on. I would put bronzer on for most videos, but since you're seeing the blush color, I didn't put bronzer on. But you can see it barely shows up. And then I did put on the eyes. I've been using these a lot as eyeshadows when I do the videos, because I think the formula is just so amazing. Like the highlight and the blush together really open up my eyes. And then I do just a little black eyeliner on the upper waterline, and for me it's like a quick 1-minute look. You can just throw something like this on. You've got your highlighter, you've got your blush, and you just kind of glow basically. So I don't mind that it's a light color. It's probably not going to be the color I reach for first, but there's a lot you can do with this color. So according to the Hourglass site, they say it's a micellary technique, which is some like Italian thing of mixing. So it's a baked formula of the highlighter mixed with the blush. And so here the blush is this pink. I call this cotton candy pink. It is a cool tone. I always feel like these have just a tiny bit of lavender in it, but I think if you just think of cotton candy, that's the best way to think of the pink itself. And then the highlighter is platinum with just a touch of champagne, so it's really more cool toned, but none of these have been totally cool tone that I've tried. I haven't tried them all, but the ones I've tried have not been the coolest of the cool tones. This is a cool pink, and it's definitely the coolest one I've tried, but because it has just that slight champagne glint to the platinum, it's a little bit warmer, and that is more flattering for someone like me who has the yellow undertone. They have a mirror. I'm not going to show it very well on camera. You kind of see I have a great mirror, and then they don't bother with a brush on this, which is, I actually use the brushes since I do really throw things in my gym bag or my handbag and just kind of reapply during the day. So I actually use the brushes, but I do admit that they're usually pretty awful. So I don't care one way or the other. It does powder up a little tiny bit, but not a lot. It's not really a big problem for me with the powdering. I would say that of the ones I tried, this one lasts the shortest period of time. Most of them have lasted a good 7, 8, 9 hours, just depending on the shade. And obviously there's a little fading by the end of the day, and it depends how hot it is and how sweaty. We've had kind of warm weather in California where I am. You can see a little, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of powdering going on here, but it's not that bad. And I did drop one. I bounced it right when I opened it out of the package and bounced it on the cement, and I was so impressed that nothing broke. Like, it's the nightmare thing to happen, but they were actually very good quality. So right now I've just got a very light kind of rosy color on, and so this is one look you can do with a blush like this. It's just a very natural, almost no makeup look. I think it looks a lot better if you put the blush on the eyes as well, because then it opens it up. Otherwise I think I feel a little pale in this color. But what you can do with it is, let me show first a little tiny bit of bronzer. You just mix a tiny bit of bronzer in. So now I feel like I need bronzer in life in general, especially in January. So that's, when I say this is a very pale tone, given that it's January too, that shows it's even cooler. Now put a little bit more of this, and I can also put just a little bit kind of on the top of the cheekbones, and I glow a little bit more. It's never gonna be the most pigmented blush, let's be real, let's be frank, but it is a very pretty blush. And then the other thing, this is what I would actually use it for. I look overdone makeup wise super easily, and I am also super fast getting my makeup done, so if I can combine a polished look that I can do in like a second or a minute and not look overdone at the same time, I'm happy. So I have colors of lipstick that I just love, but I really need to tone it down. So right here I have kind of a matte fuchsia, which I'm just going to put over lighter lipstick because it doesn't matter, the other one's so light. When I try to wear a color like this, it does not work if I do any other makeup. And I have almost an impossible time finding a blush to go with it. So here we have found a blush where, if you see, right, I can do the lipstick and my face looks kind of balanced. A little bit on the eyes, a little bit on the cheeks, a little bit of bronzer, black eyeliner on the upper waterline, and I can get away with kind of a bright look on the lips that I just, honestly, with any more makeup than this, I look terrible. So that's what I would use this for. I would use it A, as a highlighter. B, I like it as an eyeshadow because the highlighters from Hourglass just do an amazing job of highlighting, and that just, for me, opens up my eyes and my face, and it kind of makes me glow. And I do, honestly, I feel so dishonest when this happens, but people do tell me, gosh, you glow. And it really is not me, unfortunately. It really is the makeup. So the Hourglass is a big contributor to that, and I think that this blush works maybe better as a highlighter for me personally than as a blush. Also, my daughter has really light pink undertone skin. This is going to be gorgeous on her. So I might be not the target for this particular color because I'm a little bit more yellow undertoned and a little bit darker than normally people with like blonde hair and blue eyes are. But it works as a highlighter, less so as a blush for me. And then the last thing that I would use it for is I guess that's probably it. The last thing I would use it for is, like I said, for something with a look like this, where I want to be able to wear these fuchsia lips, and it's almost impossible for me to do it unless I balance out my makeup otherwise. So overall, I would say that this is my least favorite of the shades I tried, but that's more because it's the coolest, and I'm a warm undertone and prefer the ones that have a warm undertone, and then also because it's so pale on me, which is fine. It just, the other ones were so perfect. This is like the A- to those A's, if that makes sense. So overall, I'm still glad I got it, and this one will probably end up migrating to my daughter's bathroom, honestly. But it's a very, very pretty shade. That's it. Please subscribe on YouTube if you have comments. If you have these, if I missed something, please let me know. And I'm also writing a novel about makeup and the masks we are on YouTube called Masks, and I'll put a link to that on this description. And I think that is it. Thanks for watching.